So I was talking about time signature, and I said that every music piece that you have has timing. The time signature gives you an idea on how to sing the song. I would want to put the time signature this way. The time signature determines the beating of the song. The time signature determines the movement of the song. The time signature determines how, if people are dancing the song, the rhythm of the song. All right. So a time signature is a symbol which we write at the beginning of a piece of music to show how many beats there are in one bar. Time signatures are made of two numbers, one on top of the other. Just as you can see the example here that we have we have 3 4 here. We have 3 4 here. This is an example of a time signature. If you cast your mind back on the music notes that you have seen, you see that most of them, all of them, have something like this. So this is the time signatures. Time signatures are written after the clef and the key signature. This is very, very important. The time signatures are written after the clef and the key signature. We have talked about clef before. So the key signature, we will come to that. But remember that the time signatures are written after the clef and after the key signature. So the clef is the first, then the key signature follows before the time signature. And they only appear at the beginning of a piece of music, not on every stave. You will always see it at the top of the piece of the music, except on a music or a song whereby in the middle of it, if the timing changes, if the time signature changes, like in classical songs, this song, what song is that? That is one of these classical songs. Is it and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed. Is that? It starts with 3/4. Yes, there is that song. I don't know if it is that and the glory now. It starts with 3/4, and then immediately after the first few steps, it changes to 4/4. I will remember the song. When I remember the song, I will tell you. So except there is a song written in that form, if the whole song is written on same time signature, you only have to see the time signature just at the beginning of the piece, right? So now there are many types of time signatures. There are many time signatures, but however, for this grade 1 music theory, you need to know 3 time signatures, which are for tonight and for the level we are at. We are just going to consider these 3 time signatures, and they are most common amongst us. They are most common with us, the songs we sing. So we have 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. Some people used to call it 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. No, that is not the way to call them. It is 2/4, not 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. Now we're going to look at the bottom numbers first. The bottom numbers first. The bottom number is in a time signature tells you the type of beat we need to count in each bar. The number 4.
No, so wait now. Don't want to do like that. We off this thing. People are watching us.
No.
Yeah, you know I have removed somebody already. And
Why I didn't?
Why there?
and
I'm saying why? Why be a
I
check?
have just removed somebody. So don't let me remove you again, please. I had to
Where
do
is
it
it?
because the noise was much. Sister Enoch, there is a noise from your background. Please mute yourself. Mute yourself. Thank you.
I don't know how to off it now.
Sister Ladi Abba, mute yourself.
Okay.
Mute yourself, please.
Okay.
You know, the more we do this, we take so
Go.
much time that the class that is supposed not to be more than at least 90 minutes. Sometimes we stay for 90 minutes and then we don't do much. Okay. So I was talking of the bottom numbers in a time signature. We have 2-4 here, we have 3-4, we have 4-4. There are other time signatures, but for this level we are at, we are just going to look at these three. So I was saying that Sister Caro Omowele, mute yourself. The bottom number in a time signature tells you the type of beat we need to count in each bar. Now let's remind ourselves again. The semi-brief is a whole note. The minim is half note and it is 2 beats, half note. So the crochet is quarter note. Now the minim is represented by 2. Whenever you see 2, you're talking about minim. That is if it is under. But remember, we are just looking at this one here. So since we have 4 here, this 4, the bottom numbers represents a crochet beat. So in this music theory, we only need to think about counting crochets because the lower number is 4. So wherever you see a music piece that has 4 as the base number, you Sister Ngozimba, mute yourself or I remove you.
So no noise from my background though. I'm putting earpiece. There's no noise here. I'm only the one in the room. I'm the only one in this room.
It's from your background. Mute yourself. Just mute yourself. Thank you. Juliet, mute yourself. Even if you are alone, mute yourself, please. Any movement you undertake, it will reflect. If you try to maybe touch your desk, as long as there is noise there, sound, it will pick it. Please, thank you. Oh. So I was saying that when you see 4 as the base number, like you are seeing on the screen now, what should come to your mind is that base, that base number, that 4 is talking about crochets. So when you have had that in your mind, you should be able now to determine how many crochet beats you will have in a bar, right? So the bottom numbers represent a crochet. The number 4 represents a crochet beat. I take it again. The number 4 represents a crochet beat. So in this grade 1 music theory, we only need to think about counting crochets. So that's why we're having just 3 of them, that the bases are 4. So counting crochets, because the lower number is 4 in all 3 time signatures, you need to know at this grade. So these are the 3 time signatures that we're looking at this night. So the base number 4 is talking about crochet. Let me give you let me give you another idea so that you will understand what we're saying. I was trying to say that at that time, a minim is half. And when you're writing half, you write it as 1/2. A crochet is quarter. When you're writing quarter, you write it as 1/4. A quiver is eighth note. That is 1/8. Eighth note, 1/8. When you write that, you write it as 1/8. Semiquaver is the 16th note. When you write that, you write it as 1/16. So the logic here is that you just pick those base, as in a crochet is 1/4, quarter note. You pick that 4, because if you're talking about minim as the base, what you will see is 2, and how you write half is 1/2. So that's just the simpler way I can define this. So the bottom number, I have explained that. Now the top number tells us how many beats we need to count in each complete bar. If you have 4 as the base, now you are looking at that 4, that the beat that is being talked about is the crochet beat. And so the number on top of the 4, the top number, tells you now how many crochet beats that you have in a complete bar. So as you have 2, 4, are you still seeing my screen, please? You can now answer me now. If you're seeing my screen, just unmute yourself and say yes.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Mute yourself back. God bless you. So now look at this here. You have 2, 4 here. It means you will understand better. But in a bar, if you have 2, 4 in a bar, it means that, if you have 2, 4 as the time signature, it means that in every bar, you just have to count 2 crochet beats and move on to the other bar. And that must not be, you must not dwell on any bar more than 2 crochet beats. So if you have 27 bars, for instance, except the music piece changes in between, if the time signature continues from the beginning, as it always would, except like the one I mentioned, in some classical songs, you have it change. Now you must observe, even when when you have a rest, the rest plus the note that is available in that bar must complete in the counting. It must complete 2 crochet beats. Then the next one is 3, 4. So 3, 4 also means that we should count 3 crochet beats in a bar. So for instance, if you have 2, 4, when you are counting it, because 1 beat, and you have been told that this base list is now telling you how many crochets that must be observed, or how many crochet beats that must observed in a bar, how many crochet beats that must be observed in a bar. For instance, 2, 4 then means 1, 2, 1, 2. In every bar, you must count 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Then 3, 4 means that you should 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 4. 4, 4 means that you must count 4 crochet beads in a bar before you move to the next bar. And so how do you count it? 1, how many times we count this? Now, so in 4/4, sometimes this time signature is sometimes shown with the letter C. You must have seen some music piece that instead of having 3/4 or 2/4 or 4/4, you see something like C, just like what you have. Can you see my cursor? Can you see my cursor down here? If you can see, unmute yourself and say yes. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, you can see the C, right? The curved C. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, oftentimes you may have this. When you see something like this, remember it is actually the same thing as 4/4. Now, this is often called common time, but actually the C doesn't stand for common. There is a history that has to do with this, but we will be touching that later as we progress. But just have it at the back of your mind that whenever you see this time signature here that is represented by a C, is the same thing as 4/4, 4/4. Before now, this was not what it meant. It meant much more than this. It meant much more than common time. But then we will be touching that later on as we progress by the grace of God. So, excuse me, I have to remove something here. All right. Okay. So now we look at bar lines. But before we go to bar lines, please let me take your questions before we move to bar lines. If you have a question, ask me now. If you have a question, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Hello,
before we
good
move
evening.
to bar line. God bless you, Hope.
My name is Hope, please. I still cannot get the explanation on how 4 is a crochet.
Okay. The way I try to explain it, some music professors may disagree with me, but I
Can't hear you anymore.
I'm not hearing anything. No.
Since it's not there again. Hello, Bruno. Are you still there? Can't see you, can't hear you.
Hello, sir. Are you still there?
Seem to.
I think you want to charge the.
Okay.
It's
Why
taking the
waiting
dress
for him?
first. Okay, 300. 300. No. No, which girl? 300. Oh, yeah, come.
Are you selling market here?
Yes. Hey, well, madam, they are the answer.
Okay.
All right. I'm so sorry. What I told you earlier just happened. Just confirm
You're
if
welcome.
if you can hear me, please
What
confirm.
happened?
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, I'm sitting and it rains today, so the network is giving me serious issues. Yeah. All right. So, Sister Hope, is she still here? Yeah. All right. I was
I'm
trying to
here. I'm
explain
here.
to you how you can understand. You know, today we are just looking at the time signatures that have their base numbers as 4. Now, when you see 4 represents that base. If the base number is 4, I said it represents a crochet. Now, when we dealt with notes the other time, the value of notes, we said that a semi-brief is a whole note, like the Americans call it, and also that is the time name. Then a minim is a half note. A crochet is a quarter note. A quiver is the 8th note. A semiquaver is the 16th note, right? Now, when you, hope I'm right, yes. Now, so when you look at them, if you want to write half, for instance, half, you want to use numbers to represent half, what you write is 1/2. You want to write a quarter, as in using numbers, numerics, what you put is 1/4. The same is applicable to the eighth note, which is 1/8, 1/8. The other one, 1/16. We have 132 and 164, but we are not talking about those now. So when you now do as if the top the top indicative numbers, now I don't know how to put it now, of the fraction of these things are not there. For instance, the half, eliminate the 1 on top. What you have remaining is 2. So for instance, if you see a time signature that maybe, but the base is 2, you should ask yourself what note is 2. Note that is 2 is a minim, because a minim is the half note, and then the way you write half is 1/2. The same is applicable to crochet. Crochet is 1/4 quarter. A quiver is 1/8. The other one is 1/16. So when you have 4/8, it is simply telling you that you have 4 quiver beats in a bar. 8, the down one, is talking about a quiver. But we're limiting this class today on crochet. So when you see 4 quarter, 1/4, 1/4 quarter, that is a crochet. Okay, so the base number determines what notes that you are talking about. Are you talking about a quiver? Are you talking about a minim? Are you talking about a crochet? Are you talking about a semiquiver? Now, it is basically what the base number does. But the number on top of it now tells you how many of that base number, or the notes that the base number represents, that you have in a bar. So like I tried to show us the other time, as here, and I shared this screen with you here. Just
Yeah,
hold
please, I
on.
want to ask one question.
Let me share it again. I am answering one. Let me finish that one. So you ask, okay? Just hold on. Just have your question asked when I Hold on, please. I'm trying to mute some people who are disturbing us here. I don't know what else to do. I've been very, very patient, but then some people are not trying to help me. Okay, so Sister Hope, are you still here? Yes, I can see you. Don't bother, I can see you.
I'm here.
Hello, please. I have a question, sir. Sorry, sir. I have a question.
I will answer your question. Let me finish answering that I was trying to answer before we go off, before we went off.
Okay, sir.
God bless you. So, Sister Hope, I don't know if I've explained enough, but if you look at this numbers here, every 4 is talking about crochet beads. Every 4 is talking about crochet beads, a crochet bead, and a time signature. That is why here you have 4, 4. Here you have 4, 4. You will count 4 crochet beads. If this is a bar, for instance, if this is a bar, this bar must contain 4 crochets before you move to another bar. We are coming to talk about bars. Now, this is 3, 4. This 3 is telling you how many crochets. This 4. Just, I don't know how else I can explain it, but just know it that when you see 4 as a base number, it's telling you that the beat you have in that bar is crochet beat. So this top one now determines how many of these crochet beats
Crochet note takes 1 beat.
that must be counted. If you have 3, like I said, it's not called 3/4. You don't call it 3/4. So 3, 4 is like when you say 3 children, 3 adults, 3 men, 3 boys, 3 girls. So this 4 is used to represent crochets. Instead of calling it 3 crochets, because you know it will take a lot of spaces for you to now write 3 then crochet beneath. So they use the time name. We did time names, and I told us here now that the best and simplest way to talk about it is just see 1/4, eliminate the 1 on top of the 4, and use that 4 as a crochet. Okay, so when you are talking about 2, 4, you are talking about placing 2 crochets beat, 2 crochets in a bar. You talk about 3, 4, you're talking about having 3 crochets in a bar. If you have 3 oranges, 3 mangoes, 3 pineapples, just that this 4 now is the name, is the time name of a crochet. 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4 means 4 crochet beads in a bar. Let me know if Sister Hope has been able to grasp what I'm trying to explain.
Yes,
Please let me
well
hear you now.
understood.
Unmute yourself and talk.
Well understood. Thank you so
God
much.
bless you. So Juliet.
Sir.
Can Juliet
Sir,
hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so let me hear your question.
The question I wanted to ask you is like you've answered it, but I do not understand it very well.
It's like
Is
I've
that
answered it, but you don't understand.
Yes, but I do not understand. Is that same that place I write 4, that 4, 4. Yeah, you
Yes.
say we should count 4 crochet in a 4 crochet beads in a bar. But
Yes.
what of that 4 that is in that up? You know, the 4 crochet beads in a bar, is it the down one or both the 4 up, 4 down is 4 will count? I don't understand.
Okay. I explained before. I said that one down, that number's down. That 4 down
Yes,
is
sir.
used. That 4 is used to represent crochets. So when you see 4, is telling you about crochet. Now it's like, let's
Yes, sir.
say that 4 now is okay. Let's say that the 4 now, instead of writing orange, you use, somebody tells you when I say 4, just know that what I mean is orange. And so now the person now, gives you 4 fingers and say, give me 4 4. You already know that person is telling you to give him 4 oranges. So that one that is down, the 4 that is down, is used to represent crochet. When you see 4, it's talking about a crochet bead. So when the one that is on top, now there are 3 of them. You have 2 4, you have 3 4, you have 4 4. So when that person that has given you a code that said, when I mention 4, just know that I'm talking about orange. And this person says, okay, give me 2 4. You know that he's saying to you, give me 2 oranges. So when you
Yes, sir.
see 2 4, it's telling you that in a bar, you must have 2 crochets in a bar. 2 crochets in a bar. Then where you have 3 4, that means that in that bar, within that box that is called a bar, that major, you will have 3
4.
crochets in a bar. So where you have 4 4, it means you have 4 crochets in a bar.
All right.
4 crochets in a bar. Does it make sense?
Yes, I understand.
All right. Sister Joy, you wanted to ask question.
Yes, sir.
Is she still here? Okay. Sister, I think the sister is disconnected. Any other person with a question before we move on? Okay, Sister Joy is back.
Mr. Nebebe, I want to ask question.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Please, I'm sorry, I joined late. I overslept. I joined when you were doing time signature. We were
Okay.
discussing time signature when we joined. But the question I want to ask is this. No, I'm becoming confused. The last time we were discussing about dots, dotted notes. You were saying that semi-brave before, you say is a whole note. Then they now say that semi-brave has 4 beats. That day we did
Yes.
dotted. Then that minim have 2 beats. Then crochet have 1 beat. Quiver have half beat. While semi-quiver have 1/4 beat. Then now, as we are treating this time signature now, we are saying again that semi-brief is 1, has 1 note.
Is a
Then
whole
meaning,
no. Listen.
yes, sir.
Hold on.
Okay, sir.
If semi-brief is 1, yes, is 1. But it is 1 in this sense that it is a whole. It is whole.
Yes.
It is. I used orange to represent it the other time.
Yeah, it's
I
not
used an
divided.
orange. And when you bring one, yes, just the whole complete. So it is 1.
Yes.
But when you're talking about the content of this 1, you're talking about how many beats you have in a semi-brief now.
Yes.
But just like when you open an orange, you can find several seeds inside. But those seeds are not, do not represent the orange itself. The orange is housing the seeds. So when you now divide this orange into two, you know you have two equal parts,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And if you want to count them, how do you count them? 1, 2. Isn't that?
Yes.
Now, when you divide it into 4, one part of that orange, you see it as a crochet. So, and you have 4 of that that whole orange that was divided into 4 equal parts is still within the orange. So one crochet represents a bit. But then now, having divided it, you are having 4 of these oranges, of these parts, divided parts, still within the one whole orange that was divided. So that is why when you now consider it, a crochet becomes 1/4 of the semi-brief because you derived that part having divided an orange into 4 equal parts. So it continues to quiver and semi-quiver and the other small notes. Do you understand it now?
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, please, can you help me? What you did before I joined, I don't know whether you can do just a small recap for me, please. I joined in the illustration of time signature.
We are just dealing on time signature today. We've not done any other thing. I just did a recap of what we did last time. So if you came in at the time we are talking about time signature, you are still on time.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. So no other question before I go to Bas.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, my question goes like, for instance, we have, I'm coming, please. Maybe it's disturbing.
I'm waiting.
With another person, let me attend to my baby, please.
Hello, sir. Sir,
Huh?
you were asking. You asking me one
Until she
question.
gets ready. Another person, anybody with a question?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, you were asking me
I'm
one
listening.
question before I said you were asking me one question before I was disconnected before. I don't know if
Okay.
the person is still.
We have gone beyond that now. I was asking you a semi-brief plus a meaning. How do you express it in writing based on what we studied last week? But somebody answered.
It's a dotted semi-brief now.
And
Okay, they have answered it.
It was a dotted
Semi-brief.
Okay. That now means that it's simple. Yes, somebody has answered it. Go back to, all right, you keep to yourself. Let's go back to what I was sharing. We're going to look at the bar now. So this is, we're looking at bar lines. Bar lines. You will always vertical the staves whenever you have them. You know, this is actually what gives us a perfect idea of the measure. It is also called measures. Please mute your microphones, please. We draw vertical bar lines through the stave to divide the music up into complete bars. Sometimes the first and last bars of a piece can be incomplete, but all the bars in between must be complete ones. Here's an example of in 2/4, bars in 2/4. Now I said that this can be called measures. Some people call it measures. Why it is measured is that is what you use to measure the times. The time, as you move, it actually aids the the music for you to know when to move on and when not to move on. And so here you have an example of bars written in 2/4. This is 2/4. And remember, I told you that determines how many the beat we are talking about, the note we are talking about. So this is 4. And 4 here represents a crochet. And the top number, the number on the top, tells you how many crochet beats you must observe in a bar. And this first one here now, we have a meaning, which corresponds to 2 crochet beats, because you have two crochets in a meaning. So it doesn't matter. It's not a must that you will always see only crochets. No. What you're talking about is that's why it is also called a major. As long as the notes that are within these bars corresponds to 2 crochet beats, it is okay. Sometimes you can have 4 quavers, which corresponds to 2 crochet beats. Just like you have, let me annotate this thing. Just like you have here. I hope you are seeing me, please. You are seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. So just like you have in this place now, you don't have only crochets here, but you have both quavers. Now the idea is this. Quiver plus quiver is a crochet plus another crochet. This value here, corresponds to 2 crochets in a bar. 2 crochet beats rather. 2 crochet beats in a bar. Look at how it is tabulated here. This is 1 plus 1 gives you 2 crochet beats complete. This is half. 0.5 is half plus another 0.5 plus 1. It corresponds to what we're talking about, 2 crochet beats in a bar. Now we looked at dotted notes last time. And so a dotted note is 1.5 because the dot has increased this crochet by half. 1.5 plus 0.5 gives you 2. So here you have a crochet note and a crochet rest. Completing it again as 2 crochet beats in a bar. When you hear beats, we are not saying 2 crochet notes. 2 crochet notes is different from 2 crochet beats. So you are talking about the value. So value of 2 crochets in a bar. 2 4 beats in a bar. So the values of the notes in each bar must always add up to 2 crochet beats as for at the time signature. I can hear you.
Sir, you said, please bring the picture.
I can hear you.
Back, please, sir.
Huh?
Please, sir, I say, should we bring back the picture? I want to.
I'm listening.
And I say, should we bring back the picture? Sir, that place that you write 0.5. Sir,
Yes.
hello? That's 0.5 and that's 0.1. You say that one is 2 crochet beats. The other one at the last place is rest. It's a crochet rest.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. So what is your question again?
You say this one is 2 crochet beats. This place, now this particular.
What's your question again?
So my question is,
If you're having that kind of noise at your background, I won't respond to you now. Who is
Sir,
making noise
I'm
there?
hearing you.
You're hearing me, but there is noise coming from your background.
No noise.
Okay, look at this. Look at this now. You are talking about this. You're talking about this 0.5 here.
No, not that one. The 0 point, this quiver that after the crochet dots.
After the dotted crochet.
Yes.
This
Dot crochet.
one.
Then yes.
This one.
Yeah, this one. This 0.5.
Uh-huh.
And
The dotted crochet. This dotted crochet here. This one.
Yes, sir.
Is 1.5. You see 1.5 here?
Yes, sir.
It is 1.5 because it is dotted. 0.5 is half. When you see 0.5 or 0.5 is half. So
Okay,
0.5 plus 0.5 is 1. Now, this should not confuse you. As long as you have known that a quiver is half of a crochet. So if a dotted crochet is 1 crochet and a half, which is 1 crochet and 1 quiver, if you add it to this quiver, it gives you how many beats now? Juliet, answer me.
2 beats.
2 beats.
Yes.
So that is it now, because in this bar now, you must have 2 crochet beats in this bar. And the 1 dotted crochet plus a quiver is equivalent to 2 crochet beats. 2 beats is just when you want to space it, 1 crochet plus 1 crochet is equals to 2 crochets, and 2 crochets are equal to 2 beats, because you remember a minim is 2 beats, right?
Yes, sir.
And within a minim, in a minim you have 1 crochet. In a minim you have 2 crochets, and so this time signature is 2/4, telling you that you have to have 2 crochet beats. Like this place now, I was saying that it is not 2 crochet notes, but 2 crochet beats. Now, if you are looking at arriving at a number, you want to arrive at number 2, and then they give you a sum on the blackboard and say 1 plus 1.5 plus half equals to what? 2. They can give you half plus half plus half plus half. All you need to do is just that half plus half is 1. 1 plus another half is 1.5. 1.5 plus half is 2. You just want to arrive at the value is needed for that bar or that measure to be complete. I told you that this thing is also called a measure. It's also called a measure, not just a bar. Okay, so the measure that it contains as per this time signature here is that you must have 2 crochet beats in a bar. That is why here you only have a minim. You have 1 note here, which is a minim, and this minim has covered the value that is required in this bar, which is 2 beats, even though that it is represented by a minim. Now here you have 2 crochets, 1 and 2. So that just like that, and here you have 2 quivers plus a crochet. The value of 2 quivers plus a crochet is 2 beats, which and that 2 beats corresponds to 2 crochet beats. It continues like here. Here you have a crochet note and a crochet rest that corresponds to
Sir?
beats, 2. Do you understand now? If you don't understand, say no.
I understand, but this last place I don't understand. This crochet rest and the crochet beat, that last one. I do not understand that last one because of the network.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So what did you say you didn't understand?
I said I understand the other ones that you explained, but that last one, I want to know if that last one is still 2 because of that rest.
Yes. You know, we're looking at the value, not the notes now.
Okay.
1 crochet beat plus 1 crochet rest is it's still the same thing as having you have 1 crochet rest and 1 crochet note. But I am telling you that the value that is being looked for, or that is being required in that bar is not 2 crochet notes. Asking that it must be crochets that will be placed in that bar. But what we're looking at is the value of notes that must correspond to 2 crochet beats. If they need two ladies, doesn't matter whether the ladies are Igbo or not, they are 2 ladies. So you just so when the time signature is telling you that you must observe or respect the law, that what is needed in this bar now, can you still hear me?
Yes, sir. Ghana. Eh?
Please, though, we're not hearing. I'm not hearing again.
Juliet,
Like bad network.
can you hear me now?
Network is bad.
Yes, I understand. But can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Let me find out from Juliet. Juliet, do you understand what I...
Yeah. You know, that last place, the network was bad, but maybe I'll watch the video so I can. Hello, sir. Hello.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
So I was, this is an example. I can hear you. I can hear you.
I said, what I understand in
I
that
can hear
last
you.
place. Yes, sir. What I understand in that last place, you said that what they need there is the crochet, is the beat, not the notes, right? Hey, Jesus, network.
Yes.
Sir?
Yes. The
Okay,
beats
so
that are equivalent.
okay. So that I
The
understand
beats
now.
that are equivalent to the value that is needed, a crochet plus a quiver rest. You may have a crochet note plus a quiver note plus a quiver rest in a bar. If you add them up, it gives you the value of 2 crochet beads.
Okay, sir. Now on off now. It's all off. No one light. Eh, I don't know.
So I'll return the lecture back. You want to copy it?
Yes, sir. The picture, so I can be able to copy finish. Daddy, please, I'm copying now.
Okay, so as you're copying, please, if you can hear me, let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. So as we look at this is 3-4. Now, there was something I read before that it is possible for the first and the last bars to be incomplete. The reason is that there is what we call anacrosis. In the beginning, the beginning of a song may not start from the first beats in the bar. That is what we call strong beats. Strong beats is always and usually the first beat. If you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So any song that starts from the very first note of the bar, if that bar is complete, we say it's starting from the strong beat. But then after the strong beat, you have the second beat. The next one could be the third one, which is also considered as strong, but is weaker than the first one. So this bar here, the song, if this was a song written, is not starting from the very beginning of the bar. So you will count off the very first 2 beats and start it from this place. So that is why it is also possible sometimes the first bar may not be complete and the last bar. If the first bar is not complete, there is every chance that the last bar will not be complete, because you have to add the value of the last bar to that of the first bar to get the measure complete. So looking at this now, we take it from the second bar. We're looking at 3-4. And 3-4 means 3 crochet beats in a bar. 3 crochet beats in a bar. And you have a dotted meaning.
I'm not seeing any this thing.
You're not seeing what?
So I'm not seeing this thing again. I mean, what you are teaching.
Please.
So we are not
okay.
Okay, we are seeing it, sir. We are seeing it, God, that is small. Use your hand and enlarge it, please. So we'll continue.
I'm not even seeing anything again. Not to enlarging of it. And I know how to zoom it. I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. When you start seeing it, tell me. When you start seeing it, tell me.
So let's finish copying it now.
Some persons say they are not seeing it. So if
we
when
are
you start
seeing
seeing
it now, we are seeing it.
I'm seeing it though.
Okay. So should I wait for you to copy first before I start teaching, or should I continue teaching while you're copying?
So I'll continue teaching.
Continue teaching.
Because me, I have question here. You understand?
All right. So I was saying that here I've explained to you why this place is not complete, and the last one is not complete. But any other bar between from this first one, from this second one must be complete until the last one, which may also be affected by the first bar. So this is a 3-4 bar. These are 3-4 bars. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars. So you see here, this is 3-4. And remember I told you that 3-4 means 3 crochet beats in a bar, because 4 represents crochets. So here you have a dotted meaning, which if you separate this dotted meaning into parts, you have 3 crochets in it. So even though that it is a meaning that is dotted, when you count it 1, 2, 3, it is complete. It completes 3 crochets beats in this bar. It must not be more than 3 crochets beats in this bar. If you add any other notes here, it is wrong. It is wrong because it must be 3 beats in this bar. Now, when you move on here, you see a meaning plus a crochet. If you add it up, 1, 2, 3, it gives you 3 crochet beats in this bar. Now, when you come up here, you see a quiver, a dotted crochet, and a quiver. When you add it up, 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1. 1 plus 1.5 is 2.5. 2.5 plus 0.5 gives you 3 crochet beats. Remember, I said earlier that this thing is not 3 crochet notes, but 3 crochet beats. So here you are working with notes now, with beats now, not necessarily the notes. So you are talking about the value of the sound, of the beats rather, that must be contained in a single bar or in a measure. This is a measure. If you have 20 liters keg, there is the extent of what it can take. It must not take more than that 20 liters measure. Now, so here also you have a crochet note, a crochet rest, and another crochet rest. Now, when we are to sing this piece, if we're to sing this music here, you sing from here, observing 3 crochet beats, singing them, observing them. When you get here, you sound this crochet beat here once, and you observe this crochet rest 1, observe another crochet rest 1. When you add it up, it gives you 3 crochet beats, even though you are not sounding these 2 rests out, but you're observing the beat, which is equivalent. I told you last time that the rest is equivalent to the notes, the corresponding notes. So this is a crochet, the note. This is a crochet, the rest, a crochet rest. When you add this 1, 2, 3 up, it gives you 3 crochet beats value. And here you have a quiver rest, a quiver note, semi-quiver, 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 semi-quiver. You see? And when you add these things up, now what it must give you here must have to comply with the rules here. So let us add it up now. Now I may need you to unmute yourself now and talk back to me. A quiver rest plus a quiver is how many crochet beads?
1 crochet.
1 crochet beads. You must put that beat, okay? Now, 1 crochet bead
Yeah.
plus a semi-quiver bead.
1.5 crochet beads.
1
1.25.
Very good. 1.25 crochet bead. I love that. I love that. That is good. Now, when you add the second semi-quiver, what will you have now?
One
That
and a
is
half crochet
one and a half
beads.
crochet
One
beads.
and a half.
God bless you. When you have the third semiquaver, what will you have?
Is it one and a
That
half
is
One,
one and a half
and
and quarter. One and a half and
no,
quarter
crochet?
crochet.
no, you have 1 3/4.
One and three
Okay,
quarter.
3/4.
One
Okay.
and 3/4 crochet beads. When you add the last semiquaver, what will it give you?
Two
Crochet
crochet
beads.
beads.
Crochet beads in a bar.
Two crochet beads, and you add this crochet here. What do
Three
you have?
crochet beads.
Three crochet beads.
Thank you very much. So you see that it doesn't matter what kind of note that is placed in this bar. What matters is that as you are singing, you are observing the duration, the value of each note, so that at the end of this bar, you would have been able to count 3 crochet beads, not minding what is placed here. So if you come into this bar now, you must observe a quiver rest and then sing a quiver note, sing 4 semi-quiver notes, sing a crochet note. And when you add them up together, you arrive at 3 crochet beads. Yes. Now this is the last one. The last one is not complete because the
first
beginning.
one.
The beginning, yes, affected the last one, because these things are, music is so beautiful that when you look at it, because it is 3/4, it must have to correspond in beats. That, when you add this 2 here plus this 1 here, it will still give you what? That same 3 crochet beats. But you don't have this type of incompleteness must not occur in the life of the music, in the middle of the music. It can only occur at the beginning and the end. If it occurs in between the song, then there is an error. The person who wrote it may have omitted something. Okay, so we've just looked at that. Now the values of the notes in each bar add up to 3 crochets, except in the first and last bars, which are incomplete. Yes. So I move on to this place now. Now to work out the time signature, add up the note values in one bar, counting a crochet as 1, just like we did before. Okay. Now remember that a quiver is a half a crochet. Yes. A semiquiver equals to half a minim. No, a semiquiver is 1/4 of a crochet.
A minute.
No, a semiquiver is 1/4 of a crochet. As a quiver is half of a crochet. A semiquiver is 1/4 of a crochet. Now, when you have a minim is 2 crochets and a semi-brief equals to 4 crochets. Do I need to take it again? Or you understand?
Yes, sir. Take it
I understand it.
Okay, Julius said I should take it again. We are dealing on crochets here now. We are dealing on crochets. He said to work out the time signature, add up the note values in one bar, counting a crochet as 1. So when we are counting a crochet as 1, you must have to remember that then you have a quiver as half of a crochet, and a semiquiver is 1/4 of a crochet. That means that in a crochet you have 4 semiquivers. In a crochet you have 2 semiquivers. So it's telling you 2 quivers in a crochet. So it's telling you now that a quiver equals to half a crochet, same way a semiquiver equals to 1/4 a crochet. And so a minim now equals to 2 crochets, and a semi-brief equals to 4 crochets. Don't forget that a dot increases the length of a note by half of its value. So when you are practicing, write them out like this. So look at this. This is a semi-brief. It has 4 crochets. A dotted minim equals to 3 crochets. A normal minim is 2 crochets. A dotted crochet is 1.5 crochets. This is one crochet on its own. A dotted quiver is 3/4 because it is a quiver plus a semi-quiver. So a dotted quiver is 3/4 of a crochet. A quiver is half of a crochet, and semi-quiver is a quarter of a crochet. So here we are going to count the notes in these bars and work out how many crochets each bar is worth. So this is an example here. The first bar has given us a normal example of what we're looking at. Now look at this now. Okay, there is a, now look at this. Are you there? Is that person, the television in your sitting? Go and tell your husband to lower the volume, please. Huh? Tell your husband to lower the volume of the television. Thank you. Now you have one crochet here, another crochet here, making it 2 crochet beads. You have 2 semi-quivers here, making it 3 crochet beads. Now look at this. Can somebody tell me the value of this one here? This dotted quiver and the semi-quiver. What is the value of these 2 notes here? Who can tell me?
1.5 plus.
Yeah.
This dotted quiver plus semi-quiver. What is the value of these 2 notes? The dotted quiver.
1.5 quarter.
No. The dotted quiver plus semi-quiver. What is the value?
2.
2. One, that is 1 crochet.
It's one crochet.
Yeah,
One
because this
crochet.
one is 1.5 and then half.
And half. It's one crochet.
1 crochet. Good. So this is 3/4 plus quarter.
Yes.
3/4 plus quarter gives you 1.
1 crochet.
1 whole number. Look at it. Let me annotate. Yes, here you have this is 3/4 plus quarter. So that's what you have here. 3/4 plus quarter gives you 1 crochet. So when you count this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, who can tell me what time signature is this? You know, there's no time signature in this stuff.
3,
Who
4.
can tell me what time signature is this? Look at it very well. Look at it very well.
4/4.
Okay.
4/4.
It's 4/4, not 4/4. 4/4. You know, okay, maybe you were not there when I said it is not called 4/4 or 3/4. It's called 4/4. Why is it 4/4? Can you tell me now? Why is it 4/4?
It has 4 crochets. It has 4 crochets in a bar.
4 beats in a bar. 4 beats in a bar.
4 crochet beats in a
It
bar.
has 4.
In a bar.
Thank you. You are
Crochet
following.
beats in a bar.
4 crochet beads in a bar. So let's count this one too. The second one. See, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 quivers. This 4 quivers amount to how many crochets?
1.
1 crochet.
Half.
4 quivers.
That is 1 crochet.
Amounts to
1 crochet.
1 crochet beat.
Half a crochet beat.
look at it very well.
So, for 1 crochet
2
beat.
crochet beats.
Okay. 1 crochet beat.
No, 2 crochet.
It's 2 crochet beats.
2 crochet beat. 2 crochet beat.
It's 1 crochet beat.
Okay.
Quarter plus quarter plus quarter plus quarter. It's 1 crochet. It's 1.
Sir, 2 crochet beat.
Tell me why is it 1 crochet beat?
1/4. 1/4. 1/4 into 4. 1 quarter, 1 quarter, 1 quarter into
No,
4.
It's not semi. This one is quiver. This one is quiver.
This is quivers.
Quiver.
Yes.
And quiver is half.
This
Half beat.
Okay. Quiver is half
That is
crochet.
2 crochet beats.
It's 2 crochet beats, sir.
Plus this one.
Plus one.
One crochet.
That makes it how many crochet beads
3
now?
crochet beads.
3 crochet beats.
Plus
4 crochet
this.
beats.
4 crochet beads in a bar.
So these are 4 bars.
4 bars. Okay, sir.
Now, we've not dealt on beamed notes. These quivers that are joined together here, I've mentioned it before. When they are joined together like this, they are called beamed.
Beam notes.
Beamed notes. That's B-E-A-M. Beam.
B-E-A.
B-E-A-M. M for man.
M.
Yeah. So these are beamed quivers. And almost all of the time you can have a quiver and a semi-quiver beamed together, just like you saw them here. The first bar, can you see it here?
Yes, sir.
See, this is a dotted semi-quiver, but this is a dotted quiver, and this is a semi-quiver.
Semi-quiver.
You know the difference between, can you listen?
Yes, sir.
The difference between a quiver and a semi-quiver is that a semi-quiver has 2 flags. A quiver has only 1. So you see here that they are beamed. Here they are beamed together. If you look closely, you will see the leg, the second flag of the semi-quiver, that it is still there under the first line. So the presence of the second flag is still there, even though that is no longer dropping like this one's dropped. But when you look at it, you can still see it here. So,
But sir, this is dotted semi-quiver. Yeah.
are you
Dotted quiver.
Okay, dotted quiver.
Now, can you see this thing I have just drawn here? Can you see my circle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was trying to show you something. These two here. Please now, can't you judge by yourself that this thing you are doing is not right? You are distracting me. You are distracting me. When this noise is coming from your background, you are distracting me.
He moved himself. All that old man. When I'm away from him, I need to.
In anything.
Think of it. I'm coming.
Okay. I was trying to show you something here before that distraction happened. These are semi-quivers beamed together. You see that the double flags or the double tail that is always present in a semi-quiver are all present here because These are two semiquavers beamed together. So naturally it is visible. The two flags coming together now to join themselves in this form. Without it being joined together, it will always drop like this. But because they are coming together, it has come, both of them comes like this, they meet themselves halfway. Now, but it's not the same thing with a semiquaver beamed together with a quiver. If you look at this here, if you look at this circle here, this smaller circle here, you will see that this is a semiquaver. This one is the dotted quiver. Let me change the color of this thing so that you will understand what I'm saying. So, see this green, this one inside the green. This is a semiquaver beamed together with a quiver. But if you look closely, you will also see that what is it called now? The small leg is still there. If you look at it, you see that the second leg is here. The first one, the first leg, is together there with the quiver, the dotted quiver. This is the first leg here, coming together to meet with the quiver. But the second leg, if this one moves to join this one, it will alter this quiver here. It will become a semiquiver. So that is why it has to stop halfway. So when you are reading it, once you see this second leg under this beam, you will understand that this one that is here is not a quiver, but a semiquiver. You see that you have it here too. You have it here too. Is the first place where you have it. Okay. Now, for the sake of what I have just explained now, if you understand what I have just explained, please unmute yourself and say yes. If you don't,
Yes.
say no.
Yes.
And I will
Yes.
explain again.
Yes.
Thank you. God bless you. So you can mute yourself back now. So let us now, all right, if you are sure that your background is clear and that there is no noise coming from your background, let us now do this together again as we begin to hit home stretch now. I want us to count this again. This is the dotted crochet.
Yes.
So this dotted crochet plus semiquiver is how many beats now? Let's do it again. How many beats?
Quarter beats.
No,
Dotted crochet
no,
plus semiquiver
that is
is how many
2
beats?
and half.
Okay, together.
2 and half.
1.5.
2 and quarter. 2 and quarter.
It's 2.
One a dotted
Is it?
crochet is how many beats?
That is 1.5 beat.
It's 1.5 beats. 1.5
That is
beats.
a
Plus
dotted
1 4.
crochet. Now a dotted crochet plus
1 4.
a
Two of them.
semiquiver is what?
It's two crochet beats.
A dotted crochet plus
Quarter.
a semiquiver is how many beats?
Is 2.5 beat.
1.5 quarter.
How is it
2 and
2.5
quarter.
beats?
2 and
Juliet?
quarter.
It's
Sir,
not up
because
to
this
2
semi,
beats.
this,
It's
sir,
2
this
beats.
semi, sir, this semi
The
quiver.
semi, is it the together, the
Not
two semi or
1
one?
beat.
Two of
I
them.
am asking you the one semiquiver first. One
Okay.
semiquiver.
Okay.
1
One
4.
semi
Sir,
quarter is 1.5.
1 quarter.
One quarter plus
So
1.5.
So it
1 3/4.
1 and 3/4. 1 and 3/4 beat.
1
plus the last semiquiver.
That is 1 and
Two
that is
beats. Two beats now.
2 crochet beats.
Yes.
Plus this semiquiver.
sir.
2.5.
Plus
2
semiquiver
and
here.
That is
half
2 and
dotted beat.
quarter. 2 and
2 and
2
quarter.
and half. 2 and half.
2 and quarter.
But this one is semi quarter. I thought this one is
Semi-quiver is a quarter.
we have arrived at this place and we have gotten the value of from dotted crochet to the last semiquiver. And we say there are 2 crochet beads.
Yes, sir.
And this is a quiver. If you add a quiver to this,
Okay,
what
it's 2
will
and
it
a
give
half.
you?
2 and a half.
2.5 crochet beads.
Yes.
Plus this.
That's 3 crochet beads.
3 crochet
3
beads.
crochet beads. Plus this dotted quiver. What will it give you?
4.5
3 and a
crochet
half.
beads. 3.5.
Dotted
Okay,
quiver.
4 and a half crochet. It's not up to 4. Okay. Okay, dotted quiver.
Just 3 and 4.
1/4 plus
That is 1/4 now. It should be 1/4. 1/4 plus 3. 3 and quarter.
No.
Now, let me find out. A dotted quiver is how many beads?
1/4. 1 and a half.
A
That is
dotted quiver.
half quarter, half and quarter.
Okay, sorry.
Can,
3/4.
can you look at this
3/4.
place?
It's 3/4.
It's
So
3/4.
when you add 3/4 to 3 crochet beads, what do you have?
3 3/4.
3/3.
Plus a semiquiver.
A 3/4.
4 beads. It's 4 beads, sir.
4 crochet beads.
4 crochet beads in that bar.
All right. The same thing goes on here. Now let's look finally at this. Hold on, please.
Swear.
Hey, sir, please.
Are you still seeing my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we look at this place now. This one is still the same thing, but you may be confused a bit. But if you get this, then I will be satisfied that you understood what we have done tonight. So this is a quiver rest plus a quiver note. Good. Now these are semiquivers. 4 semiquivers.
Yes.
4 semiquivers is equals to how many beats?
1 beat.
Oh.
1
crochet beat.
1 crochet beat, yes.
All right. And so this that you have here now, this plus this is what now? This semiquiver rest and this quiver rest and quiver notes plus this 4 semiquiver notes. How many beats are there?
2 crochet beats. 2 crochet beats.
2 beats. If you are asked to put the time signature, the proper time signature, there's no time signature here. Now, if you're asked to put proper time signature on this bar, what time signature will you put?
2/4.
2/4. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Now, this is the same thing here. You look at it. This is a dotted crochet, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Dotted crochet plus a
Crochet
quiver
rest.
A quiver rest.
Quiver rest.
This is a quiver rest, not crochet rest. A dotted crochet plus a quiver rest equals to 2 crochet beads. So this bar here, these notes here are basically for 2/4. Now let's take it further. This is a semiquiver plus a semiquiver. That gives you what?
A quiver.
Thank you. Plus a quiver gives you what?
1 beat.
1
crochet.
1
crochet
beat. Plus a quiver beat makes it what?
1.5.
1.5.
1.5 crochet beats.
Crochet beats, yes.
Plus a semiquiver rest. What will you have?
1 3/4 crochet.
1 3/4.
Thank you. 1
Crochet.
3/4 crochet beads plus
Yes.
another semi-quiver.
2 beads. 2 crochet beads.
Two crochet beads. So that is basically it here. There's no magic about it. This is why music is also science. This is part of the science of music. So I'm going to leave this if you are copying,
Okay.
except you are done copying it, then I will remove it.
No.
But if
I
you're
want
copying,
to.
okay, I'm leaving it for you to copy.
Yeah. Copy it. See, let's just copy it now. Okay.
Sister Juliet, you're hearing me. You have not asked your question. Have you forgotten the question? Oh, she's not here. When you're through, let me know, please. Are you through?
No, sir.
Is Funke still in this class?
I slept off. I just woke up.
Continue to sleep. Oh.
I watch it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
I'm still waiting. Oh.
Also, you can continue now. We'll copy it on YouTube.
Yeah, the only thing I'll have to do is we're going home stretch. The class has lasted for about 2 hours, even though that we had network issues. So I just want to take your questions if you have questions. before I close. If everyone has finished copying, I can remove it.
I've not finished though. The remaining small, sir.
All right.
I'm done, sir.
Okay, you are done. All right. Sister Nebu Ebere, have you finished?
The remaining small, but you can go on so that I'll do it. I'll copy it from the YouTube.
Okay. So, do we have any question? Any question?
Yes, my question is this rest. I was not there when the class, and I've not gone to YouTube. I've not reached there on YouTube. I was doing a small, but I don't have chance. I was not in the class the day you taught this rest. This
Okay, please.
quiver rest.
Just do yourself a favor and find time. You can watch one video per day. Maybe every day you watch one video.
Okay, sir.
But then, just to do that, a rest is the point in the music piece where you get to and you stop singing or playing if it has to do with instruments, and then every note has a corresponding rest. Whoever has its corresponding rest, and just the same amount of time you allot to a quiver note, the same you also allot to a quiver rest, and that is applicable to all the notes. We have semi-brief rest, a minim rest, crochet rest, quiver rest, semi-quiver rest, hemi-semi-quiver rest, demi-hemi-semi-quiver rest. So all the notes have got their own rests equivalent to the notes. So that is basically how it works. But watch the video on YouTube, you will understand it better.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
God bless you. You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
So since it seems that there is no other question based on this tonight, I would like to bring this meeting to an end. Thank you very much.
Thank
Remember,
you.
the more I see you and the more I am encouraged to do these things. It's not actually very easy, but I have to do it. So please try and encourage me. There are those of you that for your sake I will continue. But it will give me more joy to see other people showing more interest. It's very funny that we have people who are paid and they have not even signified interest for once, in the class. So thank you for coming, but then show more commitment, please. I'll be posting the assignment in the group.
Excuse me, sorry, sir. There is one question I forget to ask. The question you asked us last time on Sunday, the number one of it, the dotted, the meaning of dotted notes towards the number one. That's why I didn't answer that question. I didn't understand that number one question.
A dot that is placed at the right-hand side of every note increases the value of that note by half of its original value.
Okay, sir.
So, for instance, when you have a crochet dotted, the dot increases it by 50%. And what is the 50% of a crochet? I'm asking you.
Of a crochet?
Yes.
It is crochet is half. 50% of it is 1/4.
No, that's not the answer. And crochet is not half.
The crochet is 1.
Crochet is a quarter note, but 1 beat.
Okay.
So what is the 50% of a crochet? I'll give you options.
Yes, sir.
Meaning, quiver, semi-quiver. What is the answer? The 50% of a crochet.
50% of a crochet. Is a minim.
Huh?
Minim.
Okay, let me ask it this way. What is the half of a crochet?
Half a for crochet is a quiver.
So when I say 50%, I mean half of it.
Half of it. Okay, so it's a quiver.
All right. So when you dot a crochet, you have, added a quiver to the value of that crochet.
Okay, sir.
So it is no longer two quivers in a dotted crochet. You having 3 quivers because of that dot.
Okay, sir.
So the same thing is applicable to all other nodes, and the rest. If you dot a rest, it has been increased also by 50%.
50%. Okay, sir.
So that is the effect of a dot in a note.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Last weekend, this is Sunday, you did not mark it.
Who is asking question?
Delay. Pay a delay.
Okay. Go on.
I see our assignment for on Sunday. You did not mark it, sir.
Your assignment. Did I not return it? Did I not make comments, to you?
No, sir.
Okay, I will check, please. I will check.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for being there. God bless you. See you soon on Sunday.
Good night, sir.
Good night.